welcome to episode 2 of my new segment we're going to be calling Goodwill Dumping. I'm Will, and I'm going to talk about a few albums that I'm going to be dumping off at my local thrift shop that hopefully somebody else can get a good, nice, cheap CD hit out of. These albums today have some highlights on them, things that are worth talking about, but ultimately the experience of the whole thing doesn't engage me and doesn't get me as excited as some of these albums have over here. So I'm going to give them to someone else. Recommend you maybe try them out if they sound interesting to you, but really highlight the few tracks that I liked and then ship them out to Goodwill. First off, we've got a 1991, another Madchester album. It's my favorite of the bunch that I'm going to talk about today. It's this positive, kind of uplifting, early EDM album that is from the band Jesus Jones. This is their second album, Doubt, through SBK and Food Records. This album did really well, and it's mostly off, I think, the big hit Right Here, Right Now. It's, pretty dreamy, feel-good, electronic rocker, and a couple other highlights here are the opener, Trust Me. That's this more aggressive, a little bit raw, rockier track with the electronic influences similar to the almost closing track, Stripped. It's almost that early dubstep vibe. It's a cool flavor and I like it quite a bit. You got the track Who, Where, Why, that lighter, a little bit of an Eastern flavored dance track. Are You Satisfied is again that nice lighter, feel-good, danceable rock. And then the closer, Blissed, is almost a Coldplay song, but like a decent one if Coldplay was going to do something electronic. Not really my thing though, so that's first of the bunch, heading to the thrift shop for somebody else. Next off, we've got Lenny Kravitz. I think this is his third album. I believe it came out in 1993 through Virgin Records. Are You Gonna Go My Way? And as far as it goes, that track is really the only pull this album has. There's a couple more that aren't the worst. There's the slightly similar to that opening track, another one that features Craig Ross's guitar, the sixth track, Is There Any Love in Your Heart? I get a bit of a kick out of as well. There's Sugar. It's a good track, but you gotta skip right to it because there's a ton of just really boring, bland, I don't know, yucky pop rock in my opinion. The track Believe, it's got great progressions. It generally feels like it would be a good song, but something about his lyrics, his delivery is rubbing me the wrong way throughout this whole thing, and kind of just Lenny in general doesn't really give me the right vibes. I don't know. I think he's a great guitarist, but there's just maybe a lack of self-awareness or something that just makes all his music kind of so surface level and so just kind of watered down that I can't really tolerate him. This was a slog to get through, and I'm sure somebody else likes Lenny Kravitz way more than me. And along that same kind of vein, you've got an album I've seen pretty much at every thrift shop. This was actually given to me, so I don't feel bad, but the Wallflowers, Bringing Down the Horse, I think 1996 on this one. Besides that opening track, the follower, 6th Avenue Heartache, does have a little bit of something to go off of, but it just ends up droning into the rest of the album, and it's the most soulless country rock record I've probably heard in a while. I See It Everywhere, Don't Pick It Up, Resist the Urge to try out Jacob Dylan's second album. It's not for me. I don't think it's for many people. If you get a single version of One Headlight, maybe, but get it out of my life. Add it to the pile of Wallflowers albums. Maybe there's an album by them or another one of the guys that I've mentioned. I know Jesus Jones put out an album, I think in 2018, so that's something I might be willing to give a go. Maybe recommend it down in the comments. What's your favorite tracks off of these guys? I've got a couple other Madchester bands I'd like you guys to maybe check out if you do like that Jesus Jones stuff. I recommend these two albums. You got Soup Dragons, you got EMF. Really similar to Jesus Jones here. I prefer this album, but maybe you'll prefer that. Check them out. Like the video. Subscribe. I'll see you guys next week. Take good care. I'll see these guys next time I go to the thrift shop.